Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, it seems we're not finished with gypsy tea for now. So, we got a few things to discuss, and one of it is something that's been going around for a few days, and I know we've all seen it and heard it and everything else, but I just thought I would show you this little tidbit that I have. So, apparently, Gypsy had permission to get her hairstyling stuff at that store this one time. Now, if you ask me, we all know Gypsy's reputation in stores. It wouldn't put it past her just sticking it in a bag and leaving. I'm just saying. I could so see her doing that. The ring, maybe not. Maybe that's why she left it at the store. The picture of the ring she took while in the store. So she didn't actually buy the ring. Hang on. I had to put that one out there because I thought Ken said he was going to buy her a ring at the end of her parole. Remember we saw him walking into the store? He was alone. He wasn't with Gypsy. Did he buy anything? If she's out there trolling rings on her own, I doubt if he bought anything. Right? She probably told him, look, put your money in your bank, honey. I'll buy my own ring and we'll just say it's from you. I could so see that happening. I really could. Okay, now, this other one. I just saw this and I was like, wow, really? Watch this. Okay, that's Gypsy and Ken's email address for this Omi TV thing. Okay, that means that they're inviting people to email them. Okay, now we know all young minds like to know somebody who's been on TV, good or bad, don't matter, right? At least they can tell their friends they know that person, right? So it wouldn't put it past that some kids actually did email them. What happens afterwards? Well, we don't know yet. But look at this. Apparently, Bree was saying somebody should call the police on Ken because it was his account, not Gypsy's. So it's not Gypsy's fault that they're on there. Right? Oh my God. When I saw that, I was like, I thought Bree liked Ken. Didn't she? One time I made fun that she was talking about somebody and it sounded like she was talking about Ken in my opinion. Remember? And she gave me a big freaking 3 or 4 minute video calling me out for it. Remember that? So does she like Ken or she doesn't like Ken? Or she likes Ken as long as Gypsy likes Ken, but she doesn't like Ken if it has to do with Gypsy getting in trouble. Yeah, I know that didn't make sense. Well, it made sense, but you know. Um, I don't know. I'm starting to worry about Bree. I really am. This girl is starting to go down a dark path. I found this online. So apparently this is where she gets her nose candy. This house. Somebody posted it online for all to see. So it wasn't me. Not my original post. You know me. I steal them off other people. But I do got to credit Gypshit's mama. Gypshit's new mama too. She gives me a lot of stuff. She sends it to me privately. So I don't have to copy from her. She just sends it to me. And I love her for that. She helps me out so much because seriously, I did gardening with my mother this morning and it took like 5 freaking hours. So it's hard for me to get online sometimes and do research. So when people send me stuff, oh, it saves me a lot of time and I love it. Thank you so much. Gypshit's new mama too. That's a mouthful. So we got all these things and guess what else? we're going to go on to the Jenkins because it seems like they want to go on the run. So those of you that don't know the Jenkins family history, I'll just give you a brief dialogue, okay? So it's a mixed family, a black husband, a white wife, and they both have kids from other relationships, but they do have shared children too. I think two. The last two were their both of theirs, okay? So they were all living, this is how it all started. They were all living in a 1-bedroom apartment. But the mom and dad had the bedroom, and the kids all had to sleep in the living room kitchen on mats on the floor. That's how it started. And people started sending them money to help get their kids beds, to get them nice clothes, they bought them stuff for the kitchen and stuff like that. They had money rolling in from TikTok, just like Gypsy, okay? And do you think they saved that money so that they can move into a bigger apartment? Yeah. No. They sold a minivan that would have fitted the whole family for a Jetta. Yeah. So this lady's out for the cash, and only the cash. Because the husband got a new Xbox, he got new games for his Xbox, because he doesn't want to work. So she's got to support him too with the TikTok. So if she's not putting her kids and herself on TikTok and whining about the stuff they don't have so that people can send them stuff because he doesn't want to work. She was pregnant at the time, so she used that as an excuse. But the baby is almost as old as Gypsy's baby. So she could go back to work even part-time if she wanted to. She's getting enough money off TikTok, she could hire a babysitter. But no, you know what they did? They got evicted from that 1-bedroom apartment into a hotel room. Yeah. All 7 of them. With a newborn. And all they had in it is a little kitchenette, bathroom. I think it was a queen-size bed or a king-size bed. I don't know which. And then they brought bunk beds that they had for the kids from the other house. So I don't know, 3 to a bed. Who knows? To me, it's screaming 1942 all over again. It's like, are we in the recession? I know we are in a recession, but that was more like the Depression. You know what I mean? Girl, get a grip. You've had enough money. And then she sat there and started talking about her dream home. So how are you supposed to get this dream home? Neither one of you have a job. You're living in a motel room. He's got child support to pay. He's raising one son that belongs to another woman. And this woman wants joint custody. And this is why they want to go on the run now, because they don't want to bring this child to his mother, his real mother. So if they do go on the run and he stops paying for child support from another child that he has with another lady, he's in big doo-doo. Yep. And it's more about him and his history when it comes to the court session. It's more, I don't think it's anything like big legal things. I think it's just child support and stuff like that. But it's still something. And you know, you can get thrown in jail for not paying your child support. You can get your passport taken away. You can get, here in Canada anyway, they'll take your passport away from you. You can't leave the country. Plus, they'll dock your wages. So if you're working somewhere, they'll go right in it. They don't care. That's your child support. That's what they do here. I'm not sure if they do like that in the States, but I'm sure it's probably similar, if not the same. All right? So now that we got that out of the way, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to do like half Gypsy, half Jenkins. And then maybe 1 or 2 days a week, I'm going to pick another topic to talk about. I haven't decided yet which, because I still got to do some research. That's why I'm holding it off a little bit. But the Jenkins I've been following all along, so I kind of know the story, right? I know what's happening. I'm up to date. It's actually very helpful when you're already up to date with something, because it's easier to talk about, you know? And if it's easier for me to talk about, it's easier for you guys to listen, right? Anyway, I love you guys. You know that. Everything is feels. My thoughts, opinions, and your alleged. See you tomorrow.